The city of Sherman is getting a piece of Texas history that will soon be visible downtown.
K10's Abby Heyman, you're live in our studio. What is this big donation?
That's right, the historic Texas Theater sign that lit up Houston Street in Sherman for decades in the mid-1900s is returning to downtown. Tonight, council members approved a donation agreement from a former local attorney, Roger Sanders. The Texas Theater opened in 1931 and was notably known as one of the only buildings in downtown Sherman at the time with air conditioning. I'm sure that was a popular sight. The sign was put up in the 40s at 6 feet wide and 27 feet tall with more than 600 light bulbs. More recently, the sign hung at the Bullock Museum in Austin for 14 years, where it was visited by presidents and celebrities alike.
People traveled from all over the country to take pictures and to see this sign because it had such a significance to the Texas cultural arts and theater mentality of the 30s through 60s and 70s.
The Texas Theater was demolished in Sherman in the late 1980s after being damaged in a fire. Coming up tonight on K10 News at 10, we'll hear from donor Roger Sanders about what seeing this sign back in downtown will mean to him. Live in studio, Abby Heyman, K10 News.
The battle over redistricting in Texas has dozens of Democrat lawmakers leaving the state.
The move is an attempt to avoid voting on a new congressional map drawn up by state Republicans that could have national implications. NBC's Ryan Chandler has details.
Well, the Texas Capitol here in Austin has quickly turned into the epicenter of an explosive political fight now playing out nationwide. Let's zoom out. This is all about power and performance in next year's midterm elections. President Trump asked state Republicans here in Texas to redraw the congressional district maps to make districts that are friendlier to Republicans, with the goal of adding 5 more Republican seats to Congress. Democrats taking extreme measures to try and stop that, fleeing to Chicago, New York, and Boston to fight this fight in friendlier territory, denying state Republicans here a quorum. That redistricting bill was set for debate and a vote on the House floor today. Without a quorum, with Democrats out of town, that is not going to happen. Meanwhile, Governor Abbott promising extreme measures to try and stop this. He has threatened to remove these absent Democrats from office, arguing that they are abandoning their responsibilities. They could also face fines and even arrests and felony charges if they do not return to the Capitol. But the Democrats I've spoken to in Chicago today said they packed for 3 weeks and they are prepared to run out the clock on this special session and force Governor Abbott to call another one if he wants to give President Trump those congressional maps. In Austin, I'm Ryan.
Coming up, a little piece of Texoma about to hit the big screen across the country. We'll have more on this homegrown film debuting soon.
And those warmer temperatures on the way later on this week. We're talking the return of triple digits coming up next.
I'm Dylan Wiley, senior offensive line for the Gunner Tigers, and your Gunner preview is coming up later in sports.
A Sherman writer's film is hitting the big screen later this month.
K10's Caroline Kellum introduces us to the man behind the story that was born here in Texoma.
I'm excited for everyone here to see their high school, their town, and a picture that's going to be shown across the nation.
Written and shot in Texoma, The Short Game is a film about golf, but it's also about chasing something bigger than a trophy.
Short Game is about a reconciliation story between two brothers, a senior in high school who's vying for a college scholarship, and his little brother who's autistic and gets in his way all the time and is a real pain to him.
The story follows the journey of these two brothers who learn to become a team.
One day he figures out that his little brother has savant-like gifts. He can read the greens and read the wind and becomes his helper. Then they become unstoppable.
He might actually know what he's doing.
Though fictional, writer Frank Sanza drew from his own life when crafting the story.
I have an autistic son, and there's an autistic character, Ethan, and I played high school golf on my high school team, so I kind of melted those two things together.
Sanza first began working on The Short Game almost a decade ago. Filming kicked off in the summer of 2023 and included extras and familiar spots from across Texoma.
We were in Sherman High School, we were at MG's, and we were also in Bonham at Legacy Ridge Golf Course. That's where all the golf was taking place.
The film premiered in Newport Beach, California in 2024. It's already taken home 6 Best Picture awards.
Seeing my story that I've worked on was really surreal. It was a little scary, but I'm very thankful that it was well received, and we're pretty excited about the fact that we've got distribution and we're going to be all over the country in theaters.
Let's play golf.
You can catch the local premiere of The Short Game at Shulman's Movie Bowl Grill in Sherman on August 29th. For tickets, head over to our website, k10.com.
Come see The Short Game.
Reporting for K10 News, I'm Caroline Kellum.